Sorry for the gap again. This is gonna be a thing until I can figure out where I'm pushing this channel. But, you know, things happen, times change. But this is something that caught onto my radar recently, roughly like when I couldn't sleep last night. It was a Moist Critical video, and he was talking about Arby's. Anyone knows what I'm talking about? You know what I'm covering. If you don't want to watch, see you later. But for what happened, anyone doesn't know, is that there was a restaurant. There's a restaurant in the USA called Arby's, where sort of like every other restaurant in the US, basically same thing, different smell, which is like deep fried food, chips, burgers, all of that, just oily stuff. Like hell, even oil, it'll make me sick. One of them's like Arby's is one of those ones, and we don't have Arby's in Australia, but we do like have a Five Guys. So like even then, that's debatable. But for what I've heard of this, including with other stuff, Arby's just sounds like a real life version of the chum bucket. Like, I shit you not, because what we're talking about today, again, what no one knows, is that a employee at Arby's spat in someone's burger, which allegedly gave them herpes. And I learned this from Moist Critical, and this is why I like. Apparently, this is a real life chum bucket, like I said before, because of this clip. I'll put his link down below and the link for where I got the news article from, not the news video. I'll just put it there.
That is unhinged. And I'm going to tell you something, sports fans. I'm not even that surprised to learn that from Arby's. Because if you've been around for a while, you might recall 4-ish years ago, Arby's waged viral warfare on me as well. When doing the hottest sandwich in the world, they served me a sandwich that was questionably cooked, and I'm using the word cooked very loosey-goosey, because that chicken sandwich was pussy pink, and I had already eaten some of it when I noticed.
You see what I mean? Like, his vocabulary probably explained it better than I do. But he raises that point. Because I do respect fast food workers, anyone in the service industry, I respect them, and that's basically the golden rule, is that you don't fuck with those workers, because you fuck with them, they surely fuck with your food. And I'm going to show a news video in a second, but for what led up to this was apparently the woman who got the burger and the lady who spat in it, apparently they had some friction, but I don't know if this was if it's not really explained. For what I've seen, it's not ongoing, or it was a beef or friction that led to like something physical. So again, I don't know if there's even a lead up to what happens after this and all that, because she is arrested. The lady who spat in the food, spoiler alert, she is arrested. She's been arrested in a McCurtain County jail for poisoning food for intent of harm. And, I'll just show you the clip here.
We all wish would be just a gross urban legend. But in McCurtain County, a former Arby's manager is charged with felony poisoning, accused of spitting in a woman's food and giving her herpes as a result. After a long night bartending, Jenica Church stopped at Arby's in Broken Bow.
It was taking a little bit of time. Thought they were probably mad at me because it was right about to close.
So yeah, like how they explained it is, like she said in the clip, is she was late night bartending, and it would be understandable that they would be pissed at her, because like if they're right on the minute of having to like clean up and close up shop, and someone just walks in and order food, they have to refire half the things again, and they have to start from scratch before closing up. But it doesn't, like, because it was always a trope, I think, that I've always seen that I didn't really believe until now, where it has been confirmed that she did spit in her food. Because I don't know if it's in this news clip, but apparently there was camera footage of her leaning over and like doing an action that resembles spitting, and there were workers there who confirmed it as well.
manager, but nothing major. She went home, ate, and shared sandwiches with her father-in-law and grandmother-in-law. Jenica, her husband, the kids, and the grandparents all lived together. After that night, Jenica's mouth began to flare up.
And like she said in the clip, now what the news person said, she went home with her grandmother and her father and his grandmother. I think that's what she said, where they had the burgers together. And, she began to have flare up in her mouth and herpes. And that's the other part I didn't really know, is the daughter her gloating about spitting in the burger. But, like, this is where, this is not me defending her. Because for what I know, getting herpes, for what I know, that particular type of herpes, like mouth sores and that, is a very common thing to get through a variety of things. So, while it is definitely possible for her to get herpes from someone spitting in a burger, it is very small. It's apparently a very small chance for it to happen. And it does make sense why and it'd be definitely a very big health scare if she got it after eating it, and it could have potentially been any other burgers at the same time. Very small. And, people who are either old or immunocompromised, literally, they've got, flip a coin kind of situation.
Doctor diagnosed her with herpes.
Several times a week, I get a flare up. It goes all the way up to the top of my eye twitches. I mean, it's very painful.
You're probably wondering, how could she possibly connect herpes to Arby's? Broken Bow is a small town. Jenica says Amanda Hendricks was bragging about spitting in her sandwiches that night, and Jenica's daughter heard the story. According to the affidavit, Broken Bow police say they pulled cameras and saw Amanda spitting in the food. She's charged with felony poisoning with intent to injure. A warrant has been issued for her.
And apparently I did get misinformed. I misinformed you as well. She wasn't just an employee, she was a manager. Apparently that's a detail I forgot. And, she's, like I said before, I think by the time now she's arrested, or there's still a warrant out. I don't know if she's been booked in county jail, apparently. Because I've been told it has, seeing information that it has. And the lady who got herpes and her family are filing a civil lawsuit against her or Arby's, supposedly, for emotional distress and to cover the medical charges. Because, the US Medicare system is so corrupt, it's basically, I fixed your toe, now give me a house kind of situation. And it's very understandable why they would be filing a lawsuit, because it is a scary thing, getting herpes. Not as scary as when, a certain thing happened. But it's very understandable why they would want to do that, especially for something like food professionals who was meant to be very clean on that. And you saw the lady; she didn't look very clean. But besides the point, like I said, I believe she is arrested for what everything said, because the video said it was a warrant out, and again, this is roughly a week ago, so I wouldn't doubt she's arrested now. But it is very believable that she's still not been arrested. And again, family is filing a lawsuit. I still don't know if it's to her in general or to Arby's, because either way they're gonna get money out of it. But I reckon go to Arby's, because you just preferably get more money out of it. I reckon. That's just me. It's just me being a bit of an asshole. But yeah, that's about all I can cover, because again, that's all I know and that's all I could find. So I'll see you all later, hopefully tomorrow.